Okay, so in this video, we'll be discussing how to record issue of shares in limited liability company. That is, now we know what do you mean by limited liability company. How can we raise capital in limited liability company and all. So now in today's session, we'll be discussing about how we will record shares, issue of shares in limited liability company. In limited liability company, we can issue shares at par value. We know what you mean by par value. Par value means it is the basic value of share. And we also know that a company cannot raise amount or cannot raise capital more than its authorized capital. What do you mean by authorized capital? It is the legal maximum number of shares a company can or a company is permitted to issue. So if the capital or authorized capital is 1 lakh rupees, the company cannot raise share capital or the company cannot raise capital more than rupees 1 lakh. So that is the authorized capital, and par value means it is the basic value of share. So that is the basic value of share. So one share will cost that par value, that rate. And the company can also raise capital by using cost may be at share premium also. Premium means it is the amount which is more than its basic value, that I will be explaining in detail in this video. So now we know what you mean by authorized capital, what is par value, and now we'll be discussing how can we raise or how can we record transactions in LLC. So we can do our first one. We can check our first question. That is, a company issues 1 lakh ordinary shares of rupees 1 at par value. That means we have 1 lakh ordinary shares or 1 lakh ordinary shares or equity shares are issued at rupees 1. So 1 lakh into 1 will be getting 1 lakh rupees as capital. At par value they are issuing. The issue is fully subscribed and all monies are paid into the business bank account. That means they had issued 1 lakh shares of rupees 1 at par value. All shares are being subscribed by shareholders and all monies are paid into bank account. So how can we record this transaction in as a journal entry? So as it is recorded in bank account, we will be debiting bank. So you know why we are debiting bank. So bank account, bank is receiving. So bank account debtor rupees 1 lakh. How we receive this rupees 1 lakh? That is 1 lakh shares at rupees 1. So 1 lakh into 1, that is 1 lakh. So 1 lakh we have received. Then bank account debtor to how we have received this amount? It is through opening share. It is received as ordinary share capital. So to ordinary share capital rupees 1 lakh. So bank account debtor 1 lakh to ordinary share capital rupees 1 lakh. So what will be the narration? Here we are recording, isn't it? Here we are recording. So to record the issue of 1 lakh shares. 1 lakh ordinary shares of rupees, how much? Of rupees 1 at par value. So this will be your narration. Okay, I think it is clear. The company has issued share, and that share is of 1 lakh shares at rupees 1 at par value. So 1 lakh into 1, that is your amount, that is your 1 lakh rupees as your ordinary share capital. And how can we record this in balance sheet? If we have recorded, or if we have a transaction, that should be recorded in balance sheet also. So in balance sheet we have two sides. Which are they? We have asset side and we have liability side. Asset side and liabilities. So on balance sheet we have both assets and liability side. So in this transaction, which is your asset? Your asset is bank account. So here we'll be recording, on asset side we'll be recording bank. How much amount we have? 1 lakh. So 1 lakh. Now on your liability side, we'll be recording your share capital and reserves. So write share capital. That is, in balance sheet we have many subheadings, isn't it? We have share capital and reserves, we have loans, on asset side you have fixed assets, current assets, like that. So in share capital and reserves, under share capital and reserves, we'll be recording reserves. What type of shares we have? We have ordinary shares. So ordinary shares, of rupees 1, that is shares of 1 lakh shares at rupees 1. So that also 1 lakh. So what is your total amount? Your total amount is 1 lakh. That's it. Both sides tallies 1 lakh, 1 lakh. So this is how we record in your balance sheet. This is your next question. A company issues 10,000 ordinary shares of rupees 1 each at par value and 3,000 10% preference shares at rupees 5 each at par. The issue is fully subscribed and all monies are paid into the business bank account. Same case that as the before previous question. But here difference is that in first case we had only ordinary shares, and this case we have 10% preference shares also. So you know what I mean by preference shares. And this 10%, it is the fixed rate of preference shares in which they get their dividend. So here we will be recording journal entry. Same way, bank account debtor, your amount will be 1000 into, first we will be recording ordinary shares. So 1000 into 1, sorry, 10,000 into 1, amount will be 10,000. Then from where we get ordinary shares. So ordinary shares account, ordinary share capital, ordinary share capital, 10,000 into 1, that is also 10,000. So this is how we record your ordinary share capital. And your narration will be same, to record the issue of 10,000 ordinary shares at rupees 1 at par. Now we can look at second case. Our second case is preference shares. We have to record 10% preference shares, issue of 10% preference shares. Here also, as it is recorded or as it is amount is credited to your bank account, we can write or we can debit your bank account debtor. Here we have 3,000 shares at rupees 5. 3,000 shares at rupees 5 means 3,000 into 5, that is 15,000. 3,000 into 5, it is 15,000. what type of share capital we had received? 10% preference shares. So 10% preference shares. 10% preference share capital. 10% preference share capital, rupees 15,000. And here your narration will be to record issue of 3,000 10% preference shares at rupees 5 each at par. So this is how we record our single journal entry. We will be recording each transaction with your debit and credit. Now we have compound journal entry also. Then we have studied about the single journal entry and compound journal entry. So do you remember what you mean by compound journal entry? Compound journal entry means here we'll be having, if we have similar transactions, or if we have same debit or credit on single day, we can compound or we can combine those transactions into a single journal entry. That is compound journal entry. And your compound journal entry for this transaction is, we have for both transactions we have debit as bank. So write bank account. First you have 10,000, next 15,000. The total amount is 25,000 to ordinary share capital, isn't it? To ordinary share capital we have 10,000. To ordinary share capital we will be writing here 10,000. Here I am writing in short. It should write as ordinary share capital 10,000 and preference share capital 15,000. So what will be your journal entry here? To record the issue of ordinary shares and preference shares at rupees 1 and 5 respectively. That will be your narration. This is how we record, or how we have your journal entry. Now for your balance sheet, how can we record? As in previous case, we will be having asset side and liability side. So we have asset side and liability side. So on asset side we have only one asset, that is bank. So bank total amount is 25,000, and on a liability side you have ordinary share capital. Write share capital and reserves. There we will be recording ordinary share capital 10,000 and preference share capital 15,000. Now your debit and credit tallies. Is it clear? So don't write like this short form. Write it as ordinary share capital and preference share capital. So this is your second case.